In the name of God, who is infinite compassion and eternal mercy. Amen. The Chinook blessing in today's liturgy calls upon the forests, the great trees reaching strongly to the sky, with earth in their roots and heavens in their branches. Trees, the keepers of all knowledge, teach us and show us the way. There's a park near where I live in Marin County, and there are many redwood trees there. And there's in particular a trio of what are obviously quite old redwood trees. And I walk in that area fairly frequently, and I have previously liked to just go and stand between those three trees, to stand there. And now I had something to ask them. Could you teach me, and show us the way? The message I got was, tend to your roots. That made immediate sense, as roots provide stability to withstand a storm. Strong winds may come, but a tree with deep roots will survive that storm. This seemed a proper message. This seemed a proper teaching. But then I got a little confused, because someone had told me that redwood trees actually have quite shallow roots. Google. I learned that redwood trees have a unique root system that is in fact only 6 to 12 inches deep. They stand firmly because these shallow roots are intertwined with the roots of other redwood trees nearby. You might have heard about this, the idea of a mother tree and all the other treelings nearby. Redwoods are literally holding each other up. Beneath the surface, their roots look like one massive system. It is as if they are saying, we're in this together. If you want to knock down one of us, you'll have to knock us all down. Their roots provide strength, and their strength lies in their connection with each other. The trees are in community with each other, the way we are in community. From our Colossians lesson, all things have been created through him and for him. He is before all things, and in him all things hold together. In him all things hold together. We hold on to each other in the Spirit, and the Spirit holds us in strength and stability. Again, the Chinook blessing. We call upon the mountains, the summits of intense silence and astounding beauty, and we ask that they teach us and show us the way. I asked Mount Tam, which I can see from where I live, to teach me and show me the way. And this is the message I got. Look up. I took this as an encouragement to remain hopeful. Hope is our leitmotif as Christians, our recurring theme. Christians are people of hope. We return to hope again and again. From John, the light shines in the darkness, and darkness has not overcome it. The fact of the matter is that climate change, the rate of climate change suggested by the data, is not as rapid as our imaginations might picture. Doom is not upon us. And thousands or even millions of people are working on remediation, policy, solutions, and innovation as we speak. Feeling big and feeling small are common reactions to the climate crisis. We feel very big and very guilty when we do something that we see as contributing to the problem, like putting recyclables into the landfill can. Conversely, we can feel too small and too tiny to do anything about the climate crisis, to do anything to stop it. The therapy world has coined the phrase eco-anxiety. This is a type of anxiety that is not dysfunctional, but rather a reasonable reaction to the reality we live in. Eco-anxiety can be disabling. It can be fear and helplessness, guilt, shame, loss and betrayal, even abandonment. I think we are hardwired into the planet, and on a subconscious level, we all are experiencing nature's stress. If you feel eco-anxiety, one helpful action might be to manage your media intake. Not to do an ostrich head in the sand, but rather to prevent feeling overwhelmed. I feel panicked and overwhelmed every time I see a story like the one this week of a prominent ice shelf in Antarctica just breaking off into the sea. When I see articles like that, I save them. I don't read them because I can't take it. I save them. And then thanks to our wonderful technology, I star them. And then I go back and read them later, which I did for this sermon. That's one way to manage it. You may also feel guilty over your consumption level. This is not unrealistic. The US is 5% of the world's population, and we consume 24% of the energy. A child born in the US will create 13 times as much ecological damage over the course of their lifetime as a child born in Brazil. The average American will drain as many resources in their lifetime as 35 citizens of India, and will consume 53 times more goods and services than someone from China. You know this, you've heard this. This is old news. To be honest with ourselves about this is the best response. To realize that we really don't need more of anything, but rather less of everything. To help the climate, we need to slow down, drive less, fly less, buy less, retail therapy's gotta go, and generally cut back across the board. It is time to up our game. It is always time to up our game on reduce, reuse, recycle. Our lifestyle has a tremendous impact on the climate. Our actions may be small, but they are important. Our choices can influence producers. Our Caring for Mother Earth table here in March focused on paper and paper use. I overheard someone saying that the suggestion to change the toilet paper we use seemed rather trivial. And that comment made me realize that we had not been getting the point across. The source of the focus on paper is this. Procter & Gamble, which manufacture Charmin, is responsible for clear-cutting virgin forest in Canada. Soft paper, so our tushies will feel only softness. Virgin forest for our soft toilet paper. Really? Trees are important climate regulators, and they support biodiversity. They help prevent drought and erosion. If we choose brands of toilet tissues, paper towels, and tissues which are sustainable, our consumer choices have impact. This might be called marketplace activism. Corporations are interested in profit, and if we don't buy, they notice. The paper use report card, which we distributed back in March, is still available. It's down on the bulletin board in the parish hall. On the other hand, our choices and lifestyle matter, but it is not on us to solve the climate crisis. What we do as individuals is important, but it is not the solution. The idea of a personal climate footprint or carbon footprint has become commonplace. It is thought by environmentalists to be a construct constructed by corporations to shift the blame to us. Our carbon footprint is not the problem or the place to begin. We are not the problem or the source of the problem. The solutions with the most impact come from government policy, corporate action, and innovation. We could request policy changes. That's why our April Caring for Mother Earth table, which focused on fossil fuels, encouraged a letter to the California Air Resources Board, urging a policy that all 18-wheelers, all big semis, be electric by 2031. In the time since then, Governor Newsom has urged that same Climate Air Resources Board to mandate a policy that all cars sold by 2035 be the deadline for all diesel and gas cars sold in this state. And our letters added on 18-wheelers, that they also should be electric. Our actions are small, but they are part of a larger whole. These things do take time. A recent item in the Marin Independent Journal reported that a 2017 lawsuit filed by the counties of Marin, Santa Cruz, San Mateo, and other California cities against ExxonMobil, Chevron, BP, and Shell is still making its way through the court system. The suit alleges that these corporations are responsible for effects such as global warming, rising atmospheric and ocean temperatures, ocean acidification, melting polar ice caps and glaciers, more extreme and volatile weather, and sea level rise. They went big, we go small. We're all doing what we can. Tend to your roots. Look up. Pray as if everything depends on God, which it does, and act as if it all depends on us. Just as a postscript to this sermon, after I wrote it, I decided I'm going to get a pile of very colorful postcards. And every time I read one of those frightening articles, I'm going to send off a postcard. Amen.
Amen.